In this video, I'm gonna share how I run construction business in London, inside out. We're gonna go on my project. This is a commercial warehouse renovation, fit out within central London. So my name is Sviat. I run construction business for more than 10 years. We completed more than 150 luxury projects in London. Company name is Craftex. So if you are in construction, you're planning to build construction business, or you're already running a successful construction business but you want to get extra knowledge, understand how we do it. So I came for a few days to London just to visit my construction site. I don't really do it right now. I run everything remotely from my Zoom and from my laptop. So yeah, actually stay till the end, and I'm gonna share a lot of valuable information, how I find this project, how I negotiated, and actually you can see what we are doing. Let's go! How would I start construction business from scratch right now if I only have £500, 1 month of my time, and I have no portfolio and no team? So with my knowledge, I would do the next steps. First of all, I would register my business. It costs £70, okay, with a nice name, but not Sviat J Construction superheroes in London, right? Something brandable like Craftex, for example. Then I'm gonna spend around £200 just to build the basic website of my business with a portfolio. You can get, I'm gonna go on Fiverr and get some guy to build me a quick website within 1 week. Okay, then the next one, because I need a portfolio of the real projects, I would find around 10 companies within London with a nice decent portfolio. I will call them and I will say, guys, look, I'm gonna be finding the projects for you, and I want a cut around 15% from the project value, and can I use your portfolio? So I guarantee 90% of the people will say yes. So you take the best projects and you post them on your website. Then what I'm gonna do, I can use Bark, for example. If I don't have any money, I'm gonna spend around probably 150, 200 pounds to buy some leads. So I'm already coming in around 300 to set up the company, you know, and around 200 I'm gonna spend on these leads. So I'm gonna buy, every lead is around 20 quid. So I'm gonna buy around 10 leads and I'm gonna price around 7 jobs. And with 95% chance I'm gonna close one. As well, during 1 month time, I'm gonna use my personal time to actually, the first thing what I would do, I would go out the construction. There is so much construction sites within central London and any big city in the UK, and I would start coming on the construction site, approaching the site managers, finding the numbers of the QSs and the team, and I'm just gonna be asking them if they need any labor, any guys, any help on their construction site. Then I'm gonna go physically to the offices of the architects and the guys who run who within the construction business here in the area. Why I'm gonna do it personally and not gonna send them email? Because no one gonna fucking respond on the email. You need to actually go there and understand who is there, take the name, take the personal contact, and approach and price the jobs. Then another one, I'm gonna use LinkedIn. LinkedIn is free, and if you purchase paid subscription for the £80, you can send a lot of messages to the people. This is as well very cool tool. And after that, usually it takes around 1 month or a bit more, depending on your skill, how fast you can actually get the job and close the project. So in construction, on the small jobs, for example, if you're gonna sign some bathroom renovation for 10k, you're gonna make around 4.5, 5k profit. So that's how it works. How I find clients for my construction business. A lot of very good quality clients are coming from my website, from SEO optimization. It's a long game. I would not advise to anyone who is starting the business. So what I would advise, to use your time and actually go out and get the projects by using your time. Like for example, one of my guys, Oleg, 18 years old guy, he spent 2 hours running across sites in central London, and he got 2 tender opportunities by just investing 2 time and going physically on construction site. Another one, you can use Bark and buy the cheap leads, you know, just for 20, 15 quid. Then you can use LinkedIn and do the outreach and just text to the people who within the construction, to the architects, to the project managers, to other construction business owners who are running the projects right now. As well, then if you make some money from your first projects, you can invest in the paid ads in the Facebook, Instagram, as well as Google, and get the leads from there. One of the biggest failures I had in my business when I was working with a company without a written contract, just on the Shanghai, and we was doing 1 million plus project, 1.3 million plus VAT in South Kensington. The company, I can share this information, the company name was their Arrival, called Arrival. It's you can Google that company. It was a huge startup. They was doing like electrical buses and all these things, you know, and we was one of the main contractors for them in their offices and the warehouses and all the construction works they needed. And at that one point we had a argument in regarding our prices and our profits, and we had to split, and these guys didn't pay me 50k. We had to leave from the site, and one of my construction managers went to work directly for them, and I thought this is one of my biggest failures in business, not because I lost 50k, because I lost the potential of making millions with this company. This is what I thought. And then last year I came to London and I met this guy who was my site manager actually in my building, and I said to him, what the fuck? And he said, hey man, but you know that actually Arrival went bankrupt in a few years after we left them, and they didn't pay millions for all of their supply chain, for the subcontractors, for suppliers, for they throw everyone on money, and they went bankrupt. So then I realized that actually it was just on time, and really good thing happened that we actually didn't continue working with them. But from that lesson I learned that you not only should have the proper JCT contracts or construction contracts in place with your clients, as well with your subcontractors, which preventing them to work directly for your clients. As well, in my business I always take advance payments, because I don't want to take this risk, invest in my money, and then if some company go bankrupt, I just lose everything. That's why I teach the same to my guys, how to negotiate good advance payments, and most of the construction industry doesn't work like that. You invest your money and then you get paid. This is what makes difficult, but I know how to make it right, and I made that business like this because I just didn't have any other option. Otherwise I would still be working in the construction site as a carpenter. Who came on these luxury cars? Guys, who the fuck? It looks like some from you is the boss of this project, or not? As well, important one, what most tradesmen and the guys who are starting construction business, what the biggest mistake they made. So they started buying unnecessary shit like tools, like van, like a lot of construction equipment and bullshit like that. I don't have on my balance anything. So basically all of my works are subcontracted, and whatever tools I need I can rent it out, and I don't need any machinery, any vans, any equipment like that, because right now easily it's better to subcontract. What you need to actually focus on your sales skills and marketing. It's better to invest in the better photographer and take the good pictures of your projects and invest in the ads and in the marketing, rather than invest in the unnecessary tools. You know why most guys in construction stay broke? So the first most important thing what I try to fix with the guys who come into my mentorship is just their mindset, because they think that they need to work more hours, they need to buy more tools and shit like that. They don't know how to find clients, and the first thing what they need to fix is actually you need to build a business and not to become better builder, because you can subcontract everything. What you need to learn actually is how to market yourself, how to sell your services, how to negotiate contracts, how to negotiate good payment terms and advance payments to your company, so you don't have a huge risk on your project. And that's all I'm explaining exactly on my projects, on the real examples how I do this in my business.
3 weeks.
3 weeks. Okay. And after him, how much we need? So first
2
weeks,
probably.
look, the first fix gonna be done over the weekend, and then when we can close the walls.
No, just after. I mean, we run the pipes.
When
and you can do whatever you want.
when building control coming, guy?
4th,
What day is it?
Thursday.
Thursday. Okay. How fast you can realistically start making money? Okay, this is important one because I'm not claiming something. It's only depends on you and your actions. I can just only say how fast some of my students started to make money. So the average result, most of them, like I have a crazy results. The guy came to me making 2K, Gennady making 2K per month, and he made 13.5K within 2.5 months time. So whatever, another Oleg was making around 2K as well, and he made 6K within the second month. So usually the guys pick up within the first months and double their income at least within 2 months time, but it all depends on the actions and how good you follow the steps I'm sharing. So that's very important note here. I'm not claiming that you can make money. It's absolutely gonna be up to you, and probably you will not make anything unless you cannot take responsibility and action. Okay, so what is the main benefit of having the construction company and instead of being self-employed or working for someone else on the tools? So, or even try to sign the project being self-employed without having LTD company. So the main difference, when you are just work for yourself, you have the risk that in any legal case, in any claim on you, you're gonna be responsible with your name. If you have a property, you're gonna be responsible with your property, with your own money. When you have the limited company, you have the actually protection. If something gonna happen, first of all, you have insurance, and second of all, if something gonna happen, if someone gonna claim 1 million from you for some damages you've made, for some pipe which is blown and all the property went under the water, you know, you then just close the fucking company and that's it, and you owe nothing. With your personal name, everything gonna be on you. This is the most important. So the second one, which is most important, your representation. When you work for yourself as a self-employed, you just the guy with tools. But when you have a company, you're more serious. You can negotiate better projects, and the people look at you at the different light. Imagine me trying to go out wearing flip-flops and the shorts in the most expensive whatever restaurant in London and try to pick up the girl there, and wearing like, I don't know, dirty builder's trousers, you know. Of course it's gonna be fucking impossible. The same thing as well, imagine you to sign the 200k warehouse renovation in central London being fucking self-employed. That's fucking impossible. You need to build your name and you need to register your company and make it nice and represent yourself as a professional business with the insurance, with the protection, and actually give the client the confidence that you can deliver as a business. Actually, I just realized that it's been 11 months since Dima joined my mentorship program for construction business, and now we are on my construction site, and Dima is actually part of my team right now. How changed your life since 11 months ago and now? What transformation you got? You've been working as a plumber, running on construction sites in the dust,
Yes,
and now look at this guy, he wearing the jacket, white shirt.
So
What was your main pain? You were saying that you didn't like to
well,
wear.
the main pain is like to understand really how everything works behind your initial work on the tools.
Yeah.
You know, this is the main goal, to understand how to communicate to the client, how to talk, how to represent yourself. Like you said, you don't have to be in like a dress like a worker when you come to visit the customer.
Yeah.
Right? So this is all the main things you taught me on the going to mentorship. Then of course we start working together with Sviat. He is still my mentor. He's like teaching me a lot of stuff. So that's how we are like working on the project at the moment. So I'm running his project as his project manager, helping him out.
And
so
as well, you're running your business on the side.
Yes, of course.
Why there are a lot of construction business owners who are turning 1 million, 2 million, and they still make below 10, 15k per month? You know, I'm gonna share you the real experience from one of my calls with a guy from Lithuania. So He was running 1 million turnover business, but he was making less than 5k per month. They were investing all of their money into paying for materials and labor job. They was getting paid once a month. They didn't calculate their margins, profits properly, and in the end of the day, they was left with no money on the bank account, and they owned for all the creditors, and they was paying for everything from the credit cards and their personal fucking loans. So why that happened? Because this guy actually was working as a tradesman himself, and then he started working with one bigger construction company, and they were giving him the projects. But the thing is that, first of all, he never charged for changes with the scope, for any small works happening after they sign the contract. This is first of all. Second of all, he don't have any other options because he has only one client, and they dictate the prices he needs to work for, you know, so of course you cannot maintain the margin. And the second of all, he didn't have the proper management in place and proper pricing system in place, so you actually can keep your profit right, can keep your expenses right, and actually negotiate the good payment terms. I'm not paying from my pocket for a month until I'm gonna get the job. I'm gonna get paid first, today, now, and only after I got paid, I start doing some shit. That's the fucking difference. So whatever, you're running bigger business but you still broke, you need to look first of all on how you price. Second of all, do you have the management included? Do you have preliminaries? Do you allow for the profits? Do you allow for the changes? Do you allow for extra time on the work? Then, do you charge the clients extras for every single fucking thing? Even change the lock, even put additional screws. Do you charge the money for that? So check that. So another case I had a call as well with one of the guys from Ukraine. So he was running, I don't know if he's running this business now, though he was running 2 million turnover a year drywall business. And the case that he still was working on site on the tools and managing his guys, he had probably 40, 50 guys at the point on site, and he still was broke, making under 10k, you know, and left without the profit. Why is that? Again, because he had only one client, one main contractor, like for example my company, and he was only screwed to do for the prices they was telling him to do. Okay, so in order to survive, he had to employ some students and teach them himself in order to at least make some money. Okay, so it's not always about how much is a turnover. It's in this kind of business, it's more about how much profit you make at the limited time scale. So first of all, again, coming back to the previous advice, in order to not be screwed in this position, having 2 million turnover and making less than 5k per month, you need to have actually an options to choose the clients and not screw yourself to do on the prices they are telling you to do. And tell me how you can see now the different numbers of the game. You can now see that how much money possible to make in this business. What can you say comparing to how much you was making on the tools?
It's dramatically come on, so for the same amount of work on the tools, we'll never be able to get this amount of money. How we
you can make within 4 weeks more money than you can actually was making over the year from one simple project.
Yes, it's like 100%.
We're not gonna share the numbers of this project for commercial purposes because. But just to summary of this simple warehouse work is gonna take around 200k including VAT plus minus, and it should have taken only 6 weeks on site. So right now we're just kicking off because of the design changes, and we should have finished within fucking 4 or 5 weeks, and it's gonna be done. So calculate yourself the numbers and see where is the potential. One of the main questions, how to actually start running the real construction business which you can enjoy, you can travel, you have a lot of time for yourself with your family, and you can actually run the business remotely like I do. And I just came for the few days here, and I don't want to stay here. I'm already thinking how I'm gonna take my flight back to Europe, to some whatever, Italy, you know. So first of all, you need to stop thinking that you are the smartest man in your company. This is the first one. And you need to start allowing other people to take responsibility. You need to hire project managers. You need to hire estimators. You need to hire the the buyers, so the people who gonna be responsible for buying materials for construction sites and managing them. You need to have construction manager in place, okay, and you need to build a team of the people you can actually trust, so then you can just jump on the Zoom calls. Right now I manage everything from my phone and just from my Zoom. That's it. I don't need to come here on site. I don't need to check anything. I have a quality control manager, I have project manager, I have site management, depending on the size of the project. And actually, even I hated my construction business because I started from complete shit as a laborer and was going like this, working in this dust, and I used to hate this business as fuck. But only when I started doing mentorship for others, I saw the different angles even in my business, and I improved even my business, and I started running it even better, because now I see the potential. When you present yourself better, you get the better quality clients, B2B clients, the e-commerce brands, the fashion brands, whatever, the businesses which can actually invest money in their construction projects, you know, and you as a business enjoy working with them, and everything is on your project managers. So for me, I only negotiate stuff, I only responsible in some kind of contracts. Even I have Joe, who is a commercial director responsible for more heavier and more complicated projects, and I'm just the person who is negotiating stuff and responsible for the money and paying everyone right, and just stay on your word, what you said, and actually deliver amazing result for your clients, so then they can always come back to you. So that's the main things. The most common question, why are you doing mentorship and you sharing your information if you have construction business and construction business is successful, and why you do not focus on construction business? So the simple answer for that one, because this is the second business and I simply make more money. By having this mentorship, I actually was able to structure my knowledge even better and find even more opportunities for my construction business in terms of marketing, in terms of the team. And one of my students right now is helping me with my projects. And if you know that most of the successful businesses on the planet are universities, what's different in between the mentorship is that here we do not spend 4 years doing shit. Within the 3 months in here, in the real business mentorship based on real experience and implementation, the people are getting real transformation from being a builder, from being 9-to-5 worker, to actually within 3 months having a business and making from 7 to 15, sometimes 20K. It's really nice stuff, you know, when you're helping others and the people really thankful for the stuff you do for them. Why are you creating competition for yourself by teaching others and giving your information how to do business? So first of all, I'm not creating competition because we are in London, UK, wherever, and there is so much job opportunities that everyone can do it. Second of all, I'm actually helping my main business because I can have more partners, I can have more project opportunities, because when my mentees come into me, I teach them, they become better, they can do some projects for me or participate within my main business as well. They can bring their projects to my company and we can do them together. So it's actually win-win situation. Isn't your membership is a scam? So you can judge yourself. You can check company, whatever, check my projects and check the real testimonials. So you are watching this video and take your own decision, and take this own decision based on the information, not some assumptions that everyone who is trying to help others and teach others is a scammer. Yes, I understand the market is flooded with the people like that, but in UK it's easily, you can check, go on the company house and whatever, verify the project. And if you are right now working on the tools and construction side, then probably you can learn something. And the same thing, I'm just the one guy who is running this in the UK. There are some guys in US, but there is no one in the UK who has real construction business, which is running right now. And we're gonna go to my construction projects just to have a look at that. So if you are the person who are looking to get result in construction, start construction business, or you want to scale existing to the cool commercial projects like this, Within my mentorship program, I share exactly how I signed this project, where did I get this project, how I negotiated the contract, how I negotiate payment terms with the clients that they actually can pay me huge advance payments and I don't have any risk, and how you can actually build your team, deliver this project, what accreditations do you need, how to run this with the building control, how to run this with a team and have compliance and CDM regulations on the project, what contracts to use, and etc. All inside out, based on my business and my real projects, you can get within my mentorship program. And if you want to get more information, just click the link below under this video and check yourself. Whatever. Make your decision for your own purpose, for your own life.